All right. Investigation continues. Okay, we were supposed to talk to these guys.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Why are you so aggressive?
I am being
Please.
aggressive? Listen, you moral and unlucky. You are part of a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you are their bodyguard.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
No need to get emotional. Armed uprising.
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Me and Everard talked.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
Sure is.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me and some more and find out, Gimp?
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Some effect.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Who called the shots?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius.
I think you got your answer.
Yes, there are some
No
administrators.
remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Damn.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Just doing my job. Rixomos, I can't really remember anyone I sent behind bars.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
How did you get him?
We hanged him up by his neck. until he got real stiff.
But who
Wasn't
shot
that
him?
obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Hands were not tied. No sense of struggle.
We... Look, I'm not gonna
Aha.
play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
That definitely caught him off guard. In comes number 2 to take care of it.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
I doubt that.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
What did he use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
Cool.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
83%.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
Tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Tomato. Who's cracking under pressure? Hey, you. Having trouble breathing over there?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Alright. There's something you're not telling me.
And fuck you, too, Copper.
Fuck it, you.
Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder.
Alright.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. You should go back to Jam Rock, to your station, where you belong.
Yes. Run home. Lone Beach. Rent a cop.
Ah, low authority.
We law officials are done with you. You're lucky you didn't
Establish
get a beat.
authority. Low. You may retry it. Godly 16. I don't think so. Where's Kim? I need Kim.
Can I help you?
Prove your authority. Fuck the police. That's not nice. Any bottles? No.
A rusting control panel. With this panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal.
There's gonna be a repairman tomorrow.
The crumpled Samaran butter billboard still soaks in the canal.
I guess we need to wait for Kim. Or what's his name?
An old East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. This orange machine is buzzing like you slip your finger. No, this is going to need some. If you want to try again, then you need.
Equip the pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has.
Not strong enough. It didn't melt. Nothing's here. Empty. There's the weapon cache. There's the corpse. Windows. And I don't still know the password.
Your flashlights. Some of the writing has faded with age, but the handwriting, the full text reads: "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems
Thank you for the follow. Is that the password? Heat death of the universe is the new black. I don't think so.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens. The speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the password. Proceed.
Don't worry.
Fortress access. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube.
It was not the password. Did the dice maker have something?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Because I'm looking for something to help me with my work. I need a die for that. Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Scares as my life.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Sure.
Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else? I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded. How did I become? Some of my friends were rogue.
Okay,
I've grown crafty.
I'll come back. I'll be back. Alright. Let's check the apartment. There was something I missed.
Just an ordinary war. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see in here. Guess I checked this. Yep. There was something upstairs. This. What is this? Ah. How about this? Pry bar? Nope. Alright. We need to wait for Kim. Wednesday morning. Okay.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench.
Think deep thoughts.
You finally stop picking your nose.
He's not back yet. Nope.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden plank.
Let's wait another hour.
Time passes. The bright sun blazing overhead is making it difficult to concentrate on deep thoughts.
Ah, when he's coming back. Goddamn.
A rusting control. This panel, you pull the lever all the way up until nothing happens.
Which is harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blows. The man watches you in silence, very slowly cutting off another slice of his. A spring brings the lever back to it. Wasn't there a sign over there saying function?
What man? There's no one.
typical Martinez streetlight sits among
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
All right.
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations.
Toispoljokkeen, no se voi olla
The
toispoljokkeen.
most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
No thanks.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Kertoserior Pyrrholidon.
Have you tried it before?
I think I've tried it once.
Here you go, man.
Let's take it.
Of course. Sure thing.
People from Everard's Claire's Union came here to attract that gun.
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
All right.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Sure, man.
Okay, what did he give me? 1 plus psyche, okay. Ah. Health -1, okay. Onks toi... Is that permanent? Purple liquid. Can bring on anything from hot flashes to military grade psychotics. Wow. If only for a while. Gotcha. Juu, sama juttu. Mulla oli kans
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man.
Moraali 1 vaan, niin se rikkoi mun moraali ja poliisura loppui siihen. Se oli vähän semmonen trial and error tämä peli.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise. It's really just a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Kaikki piti lukea, okay.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Kaikki puhuu niin paremmin pelata, okay.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline. But you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was
Succession.
embraced by the academic elite.
Low. You don't notice this about me.
Surely things can't be that bad.
Things are bad, they're catastrophic.
You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the whirling itself located?
In hell, we are in hell. In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
I know that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago. Much has changed, but
Is she
it's
an
still
old
the
disco
most
queen?
beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Spring 51. We are approaching the end times.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Kind green ape pen. Nice.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you then, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
COP. I'm living under the COP regime. Radios are being used to control people's minds. Alright. Governed by intelligent machines. Okay. Fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Some kind of democracy, maybe?
No, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning, buying is voting.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
All right.
Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Big things.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Oh no. What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
How did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places.
All right.
Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd. Someone more educated in these things than me? Someone rich, maybe. Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids, okay? Even. Let's go.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
Still an idiot.
Sorry, sweetie. I can't get...
Okay,
Oh
okay,
no,
okay.
she's
Oh,
making
damage moral.
excuses. You're not interested enough to talk cryptids with.
Tell me about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
My
But
God.
I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
Fail.
She was about to launch into an impassioned description, but stoppered herself.
I want to hear
What
about
is
the
that?
insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or
Phasmids.
leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence, it's named the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering it with us, officer.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciates.
Does
the
it have
creature's
cool
name.
powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
That's not special at all. Of course it blends in. Most insects do. You don't even have
What
to
makes
be
you
a
think the
stick insect
phasmid
for
is
that.
around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a
That's
ghost
all evidence
insect
you have.
that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid.
Is it
All scientists
dangerous?
have it. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so
Is it
carefully?
valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into
Okay,
cryptozoology.
move
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear.
Okay. Hey! Nice. Ape pen. Is the neighbor around? Let's break it open. Nope. Nope. Is
The
she
door
home?
is closed. This door can open still nothing. Still nothing.
Alright. Nothing. I guess we wait more. Wait some more.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the... Time passes. You wonder, if it could rain so much that it drowns all of Martinez, then everyone would have to go on about their day in diving suits. Time passes. Darkness ahead. You don't even know what you are waiting for anymore.
I'm waiting for Kim. Hey, is that the bottle? Nope. Come on, where is he?
I have really outdone myself.
Yes,
That's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on
I
this
have a
fine
point
day?
of that.
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Come on, you must have heard something.
No, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are a good guy, officer. I can see that.
Then help him, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
All right.
Good. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Sounds a bit you're holding back.
I'm not. I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend
So you're
meetings
not an
and
actual
parties,
member.
not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire
What are
life
these
on
little
defense.
things you do
Never
for
committing to any.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple.
I do little
should be
things for
ashamed
Evrard
of yourself.
myself.
That's just the way things work around here. No reason to feel bad about it.
How do you know Evrard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
You know nothing.
There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
What a prick. The officer was addressing me, not you, Capitaine. Where were we?
Where were we? What a joyous way
Are
of
you
putting
a
it.
caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
But you need to believe in something.
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want, even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu.
Thank you, officer, for being a consummate professional. You'll have this
Can I
case
have a
wrapped
bite
up
of that?
in no time. I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing
Okay,
personal.
okay.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder, well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of
Man,
ham, a
please.
fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato
Okay.
peak.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
Keep your filthy sandwich. They don't know me, no one knows me. He's a drunkard? Can I share some booze with him? Nope. Okay. Here's Kim. She's still smoking. What the hell? I guess we wait a little longer.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. The twiddling barely keeps your hands warm against the frigid wind blowing from the...
Come on, where is he? He told me he would be back.
From the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, I'm funky like a monkey.
Thank you.
Sky's the limit and space is the place.
Thank you and welcome. Okay, I'm gonna wait 15 minutes more.
You sit on the wind. The twiddling barely keeps you...
Okay. He has to be back soon. Okay, now there's karaoke. Can I sing?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes.
Can I sing? This feels right. You belong here. I can't sing.
Can I help you? Another thing. Yes.
Give me a song, I will sing.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Here I am again. All about money.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and...
Try a rich person. Ah, is the boat lady a rich person?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Neither do I.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
I've talked with Claire.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
He's a hero of workers' movement. He's not a champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth. Of course. I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a worm myself.
Worm?
But if you felt like passing some information, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Gossip?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
He asked me to open the door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
No, I mean a real door.
Oh my. A real door?
I helped scare someone for Mr. Claire.
My. What I'm hearing is you inspected a premises because you suspected that it was involved in the narcotics trade.
Sure.
And in the process, you turned up some information relevant to your investigation.
That's right.
Only from Efrat, surprisingly.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
Error says Wildpine sent mercenaries after the Union, and now one's dead.
The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made. And of course, I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everart's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pine certainly hasn't killed any of theirs.
Let's keep it that way. She means to add, but then doesn't.
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching.
Yes, that's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly.
Asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
I have a reason to believe the lynching was a cover-up.
Oh my. Very interesting.
Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests. That doesn't mean she's wrong, though.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
There's something in you that really likes the
Wow.
way she's looking at you just now.
I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler. Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress?
No, it was more like he wanted things to get worse.
You were alone.
In secret, of course.
Or he wants you and me to believe he's calm and in control. He's a politician.
Maybe he was manipulating me.
I'll think it over, Detective.
Level up.
Thank you for relaying this information to me.
Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity?
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a
He's
lot to
helping me to
consider,
find out my gun.
and may have helped me prevent this conflict from
Is this-
escalating.
Or moral damage.
Oh. That's so helpful of him. So very, very helpful. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun?
Almost ready to be found soon.
Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard?
Perhaps he is.
I helped him turn up the heat on the Porsche.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
Cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk.
The strike brew. That's a classic.
Strike
And
brew.
by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
I turned down the knob like this.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship.
Yes.
And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else?
He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, detective.
To a nameless
A well-established
settlement.
dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it? Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there. A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, detective.
Conclude.
I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information? Of course, detective. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality.
This reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in. It's related to that medical episode.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
Medical episode.
But then I'm no doctor. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
I will ask.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first.
Very
okay?
low. Low. Oh, where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
The ocean.
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities.
Okay. What's Revachol? Continue.
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
Great.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Continue.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile,
here.
self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people, in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
Okay. Where nobody's.
Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to the place, you're right. We are.
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom, coalition government in Cylindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time.
Okay.
There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
I don't know any of this.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
Thought gained, okay.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
What is this? Spread your hands.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Am I really that awkward?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah! This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot.
Okay.
Or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveau. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century.
High-rise, all
Built
right.
to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Yikes.
Splat, splat.
Splat, splat.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
What is that?
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay, I'll explain the same thing, but to a child. I understand.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
Let it go.
Of course, no time for silly infracultures. There are more.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little...
Okay. We need to go talk to the smoker in the balcony. Most important of all thoughts. Now let's unlock slot. Internalize. Let's hold that point. Knock, knock.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back later, after 2100.
Okay. Few minutes. Let's go see if Kim's back. Nope. Not back yet.
Trying to sneak up on me again! Trying to...
Get away, pig. Alright.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf.
Nothing here.
You hear someone walk.
Does the old woman have something? What was this? Book. I missed that. Oh yeah, I need to send that.
In your hands,
letter.
you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Look at the back.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Start the reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, These events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eye. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
No.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Right life choice. Alright. Okay. Let's send the letter and try the balcony man again.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito, bullet hole, but the documents inside the envelope still lack the required signatures. It's not going to be that easy. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month the youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
-1. Okay. Try to find a loophole.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it will probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living
I guess
like
that's
this.
just
After
the
that,
cost of
they'll
progress.
sell. How very rational of you. Rational of Everard, too. He will, no doubt, benefit from the village being abandoned.
Okay, I needed some signatures from someone. Two authorities. Isabel. The fishing village, okay. Can't get there yet. Okay, balcony man.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds.
Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me. So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Very well. Proceed.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette. and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual
But I
this
just
cool
found you
or
in.
mysterious ever again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Only if you promise that we'll talk again.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Alright.
Take care, alright?
Level up.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Okay. Who's your friend? Party Dragon Silk Robe. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. God damn. Party dragons. Got anything else I can steal? Conical hat. More logic. Okay. Let's talk.
You have acquired the hat. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
You acquired the hat.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
All right.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
All right.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
You actually witnessed the lynching.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Is it because you did it?
Because I did it?
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner.
I mean, did you
let alone
see
to
it?
being accused of murder.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Meaning it was terrifying?
No. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Okay, who were they?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
Sound familiar? That matches the prints you observed at the scene.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
But you didn't actually see the lynching happen.
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Men? Women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
What ethnicity were?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Mesk accent?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
Because he was dead.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the Elysium?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. All I can say is that it was late.
Just late, okay.
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Well, that was a waste of time. All my questions.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an officer like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Enough business.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you talk to me about your friend?
My friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education.
You still haven't
He has
told me
taken
who
his future
he is.
into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Sorry, who?
Your friend.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education.
But what's his real
Education is the foundation of our future. Yes, officer, you have to understand.
Okay,
I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? I'm all ears, officer. A moment, officer.
A moment?
Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space.
Is there something I missed? I guess not.
Was there anything else? My friend. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
Is it warm there? Called something in.
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go.
How did you two even
Maybe
become
that's why.
friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the
No one
international
becomes friends
community.
that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet.
What are you
It's
doing
how
with
I
this
came here.
apartment by yourself?
And I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
What about?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then.
Alright.
But the million real views stay.
I was talking about asking
can't
about
take
your
it.
friend.
My friend comes and goes.
Okay.
A busy bee.
I'm all ears, of course.
I guess that's it. I got a cool hat.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization. 6. See art in the world. Let's try.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Impossible 18. Do I have conceptual? Yeah, +1. Shirt. Visual calculus.
Just an ordinary wall.
Impossible.
Nothing to see
What?
here.
Hi. Let's do it.
Because
Yeah.
you see it, finally. This wall is sublime.
This wall is
Look
sublime.
at it. The shadows, the colors.
Look at it.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
Oh, wall father.
Oh, wall father. I must paint this wall.
Absolutely. Now you just need the materials. Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush and paint. Talk to her.
Cindy the Skull has what I need.
Yes, great thinking. Go talk to her. The wall will be waiting.
Oh, hell yeah. Cindy the Skull.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my
I need some
mural?
paint.
What for?
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people. For art is for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about?
I haven't really thought anything yet. Grand art. The artsiest. The most groundbreaking.
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
Ah. The crush a man's dreams like that. I hope you're happy. No brush then, no problem.
You're about to cry internally, aren't you, Piggy?
Even.
Pathetic. Just give up. Art isn't for you.
Red check. Ay, 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 ay. Please.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
Okay.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
What if I had some interpretive dance? Okay.
I think everyone would rather you didn't.
Stop belittling me, Cindy.
Stop quivering like jello.
Moral damage.
Then you won't get fucked. You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. I'm no self-portrait. Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Okay. No way I'm settling for paint if even children are painting with fuel oil. Can't I just use paint?
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary
Okay.
paint.
Now we need some paint. Okay, is my partner back? He's been taking his sweet time. Nope. Well, I guess it's bedtime.
You see, the kobold, old kobold, it leads to us. The door does not.
Door does not budge.
You see, the door doesn't.
Come on, let me in.
You see, the door.
Okay.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Go to sleep.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Brother man.
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety.
Fetal ball of
But you
safety.
cannot, because of the pain.
Pain?
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
I will endure this pain with dignity. I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. Oh no. I think I need medical attention.
There's no dignity here.
No dignity.
Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here. In the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
I will, I'm looking at people all the time.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Open your eyes. I'm up. Let's move. Giddy up.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore.
He's not back.
The door is closed. This door can open. Still nothing.
Nothing. Oh, he's back.
Yes?
Where are you? Ah, more police people.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
You're the police, right? Cool, so am I. So what precinct are you from?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
What?
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe.
You look like shit.
Thanks.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
You can't leave it like that. Spin it on its head. Engage.
I look like a burning sun. Engage caps look.
What?
Push it more. Harder. Be more intelligent.
I'm in the likeness of the holy sun in the sky. I look like it.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with the face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Ah. Cool shades. Are you wearing a disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge?
Wait, your voice, I recognize it.
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Thanks. Run along, asshole.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
I can't believe this shit. Where's the car? I need
Droplets of rain fall on the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage.
Why am I even thinking?
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something. This is a Caprice Canema with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. The Canema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour. The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin,
this tech talk is
feeding
really
all the auxiliary
rubbing me the right
systems,
way here.
and due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
This machine really puts the logo back in locomotion.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
Run your hand over the smooth metal surface.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
Slam it
Helium
down.
headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual
To slam it, Kim. Make it more imposing.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo it up.
Drop it like 200 mil.
No, that's porno tuning.
Okay, trust me, it's cool. What about spinners then?
Those spinners were elegant, sleek, radiant even. What you're suggesting is porno.
Trust me, it's cool.
Porno. That's short for pornography.
The sole purpose of pornography is to stimulate one's visual sense.
It's completely
evoke
different.
Sexual.
That's a negative on the porno. Thank you, though. 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there. Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR18GU engine on the
Drop your
old
chin on a 7-liter V12.
7.2.
God damn,
Supercharged.
that's a big engine.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gate as you tap on.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know there are
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Crenel. And the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Yeah, please do try.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Okay. Since I find more about the owner of the... Okay. End call.
57, over.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. A metallic drawer slides out from the pull-out toolbox, slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious and at the bottom of the sea.
Oh no. What?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that? The handle in the cabin, you see.
Okay. The repairman. It's cleared.
A rusting control panel with... You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then? The water lock starts moving.
Wow. I did it.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Sure. Oh, money. Okay. A new place. Magnesium. No entry. Shamrock Biker Cop Sunnies. Empathy logic. Well. Let's just use logic glasses. Oh, bottles. Hell yeah. What? Can't pick up the bottles. Oh. Cash money. Barbed wire. Empty swing. Tape. Smallest search in science. Glory. Okay, what was the...
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal-reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Okay. How much would that cost?
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
All right.
The portal-reel is just what you need.
Press play on tape.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Small press your ear against the speaker.
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad.
Mega sad, oh no. Moral damage.
A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Nothing to do with this right now.
Okay. All right.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
He took the corpse to the autopsy. How did that go?
No response. He just he's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom
Some
that
sort of
anyone could
major
drink so
brain
much
damage has
as to
occurred.
retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Okay, let's call a Lazareth. Someone under a boat? No? Oh! Fuel canister. A bottle drained of all its booze. I guess that's my police car.
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Well, looks like Jacob Earth's journey came to an abrupt end here.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
Oh no.
A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, crazy recklessness. Yet another case of the engine on displacement driving over the driver's IQ.
Yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but
yes. Crazy recklessness. I'd say it has been here. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Wait for low tide, all right.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
Alright. How long till the low tide comes?
I don't know. An hour or two tops?
Okay. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
It looks very blue.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
Whistle a tune. Hi, let's go.
The tune on your lips forms a strange
Let's
yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Okay. The tide sword is taking its sweet time.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Do you think I will ever find my gun?
God, I hope so.
I could turn myself into a living weapon. Then I would never need a gun.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
41 precinct.
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about that speed racer?
41 is his rank in the underground street racing hierarchy. Oh. Oh God, no. I guess it's oh God time.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you.
Oh no.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Say no to this. It's mine. I drove my car into the sea.
I'm afraid so, yes.
Yeah.
It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
I wanted to be Jacob Erm, not me. Things were going so well, we were just whistling merrily. How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
So it's gonna be there just like that.
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
I wanted to be Jacob Erm.
Well, it isn't. It's you. I'm very sorry.
The badge, the gun, and now this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
They're not gonna take me back after this.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
Conclude. Oh no.
Yes, let's go take a look.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Okay. One experience for every orb clicked. Oh, nice. Intellect learning caps raised by 1. Okay. Finger pistols, I want finger pistols. Give me finger pistols. 9mm finger pistols, please. Footprints on the snow. Ah, it's my badge. It's my commander's jacket. What?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge. Hell yeah.
At least something good came out of all this.
Study the badge.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
Okay.
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
I don't accept. I'll accept it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is that?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And a double Jefreuter?
The title of Jefreuter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Jefreuter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
What's a decontage?
Decontage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank.
Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
Okay. So you've been putting up with my bullshit because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
I thought my rank was
even
wrong.
found you back. Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks, that gives me hope.
Good.
Such a small yet precious
Serial
thing.
number.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from
Elysium.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
Okay.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decontage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you...
Leave it.
This is it. The scene of the party.
Scene of the party.
The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up, don't you mean scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them
Looks
with
like we had a couple of
like
party
a goose
colors here.
ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Looks like it.
A circus production by a great clown.
Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Okay, I found our car. So Walker was either a very
Great news. The boat is
confused or
big enough for a grown
what?
man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Great, I found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
Underboat terrorist. It's
Sarcastic
pretty-
self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer.
Okay,
I understand
okay.
the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You have a home. So
I won't sleep under the boat. Got it. What have we here? A bow tie. A drama. It's better than horrific necktie. I guess. Nothing else. Broken glass. Now I can paint the wall.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay. All right. Kingdom of Consequence. Where's that? What? Conscience.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant
I like
dinner party.
regular, normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Estellari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense? This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Recently been taught. Okay. Quick travel unlock. Wow. Babushka.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the Apricot Suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
We're cops, we're hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang. Point your finger pistols at her.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell. You were quite helpful, actually. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I am an ill omen, alright? I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of an ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black Hound.
Proceed.
Maybe they are afraid because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
I'll take it.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
I'll be here. Is this my ruffled grouse taxidermy? Give me that. Can I give this to bartender man? Who are you?
Hello, mister.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
What's this?
It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gart, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Oh, okay, thanks.
She twirls the furry doll around in the air, giggling happily.
Heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
What's that thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Pleased to meet you, Lambie.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Where are your parents?
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. Bye!
Bye! Sand Castle. Ooh, what? Textbooks for first grade.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, "A primer for small kids." There's a
Exactly what I need.
This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
On what?
The alphabet.
Flip through the page.
Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows.
Let's do this.
A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete. H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Eura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
Yeah.
Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for Ustava. Z is for zenith. That's it. You know the alphabet now.
Thanks. Okay, I know the alphabet now.
Good. I also know the alphabet.
Put the book away. Y is for ystävä. Is that the sand
Weather
castle?
has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle.
Broken.
The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Interfacing. Wow.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Decked out in future armor like a cup out
The
of
hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
The boots are gone.
Two? Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like.
I want the full suit.
Ambitious. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Okay. Thought. Internalize. Hey, is that a bottle? No? What is that? What is that? Come on. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Mazout. Motor carriage wheels. Travel block. Who are the kids? Let's investigate.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
And what are you, Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
Take care.
Finger pistol,
Finger pistols.
9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Okay. Accept. Safety's always off. Empty hands give succession +1. Okay. Okay. Let's check out the shack.
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night.
Okay.
We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click.
Let's investigate. Logic. Roomy pockets. Nice.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your... On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor sits inside the wash basin. The water reflects back a vague image of your face, nose bulbous and red. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Let's born anew.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it.
Feel a clean shaved cheeks. Is this moral damage?
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so.
Healed health.
A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from it. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Almost look like a professional. Floorboards creak.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see a reflection.
Impossible.
Yes?
So I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps.
I know, stunning, right?
I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the. Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Thanks, Kim. Cavalry boots, oh yeah. Perception. Oh hell yeah. Tom of Finland look, here I come. What are you?
Hi, officer.
Factory balanced. Bakelite and stainless steel.
Sword.
Anything I can help you with?
Who are you?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
Ah, I
think
her
I have time for questions. What are the
envelope
other ones?
assigned. I need her signature. Is that your boat?
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Hi. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the
quick
skiff,
AFK, be right
bad
back.
news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
Back.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
When do you think the boat will be ready?
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
Alright.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
I was asked to get your signature.
Were you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Youth Center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Here.
He has a pen and everything. Here you go.
Why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
Probably a mistake.
Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. It's a bad idea. She won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me.
Okay.
Sound logic. Division of labor. She leaves the skepticism to the skeptic.
Nice one.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
Do you know how to use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
It is important.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Figures.
Sure. Venomosity. But boys will be boys, and God knows we don't have many around. So far, the sword has been enough to keep them in line.
Why don't more women arm themselves?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Point to the expression on your face.
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Proceed.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
If they're thick-headed.
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled. Gone.
Gone. Coward. Sounds like a missing persons case.
It absolutely does not. We are not going to look for him.
No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the waves.
Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Gotta keep the wheels spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
No. Maybe not.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a missing cryptozoologist.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
Look for animals. Who are hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Snowmen?
2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Wait, where did you go?
I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess.
Okay.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Be seeing you. Money. Feels creep beneath your weight.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12.
Okay. Build in a hole. Is there any botless? Nope. What is that? Natural. Hey, there's more. Hell yeah. Oh, we need snip tool. Ooh. Yes. Who are you guys? Men of the street.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man
My
is
kind of
strong
people.
and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail.
Abigail.
Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's
Who are
too
you?
drunk.
Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups, then mumbles
Why shouldn't
something
I call Abigail?
unintelligible. He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Don't lean in.
He waves his hand as if shooing you away.
Tell me
All
about
the
your friends.
while,
Don't you fucking call her!
Okay.
Abigail?
I am on an important official investigation.
There's no use in yelling at drunks.
the drunk man starts coughing.
Don't call.
There was little chance he'd be reliable.
Okay. Can you help me?
Hey, tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
People tell me I'm a cop. I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
All right.
Please don't call. Don't call.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Pirate's life?
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Nope.
No, you sure don't.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god, what happened next? Say nothing.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
The muscles in your right leg tense up.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. Like some kind of sea monster.
Sea monster?
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
Naturally?
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
It's an event or a name?
I'm not sure. I think you were the event. Tequila Sunset. You know, as opposed to a Tequila Sunrise, which is long gone.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother. Ours. It was an all-night
Embrace,
drink-a-thon.
brother.
Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did I mention losing anything else?
beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Yep. Anything specific about the person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail! It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night.
Anything about the gay case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you. This was before you started talking about how the pinkies were always trying to fuck you.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Wanna tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right, why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here.
I have a feeling that this is going to cost me a lot.
No, the reality of the situation requires a rather modest contribution. A little motivational package.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral?
I've
a
got
bottle
some
for
sweet
a story.
Commodore Red.
Seems fair to me. Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Mood.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
There, go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
How many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded. his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
And go on.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
I would have landed on my feet. I've got feline reflexes.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Oh no.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
What happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
He pinches his thigh as if to check whether this reality is the reality.
Okay.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
I've only been a hobo for a few days now, but it doesn't seem so bad.
The hobo lifestyle definitely has some perks. Not having to pay rent, first and foremost. Not being responsible for 20 other people is nice too. But that charm wears off pretty quickly. Before you know it, you're wearing a shit-stained tracksuit and spending your days picking tear.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too.
Oh no.
The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
A lost jacket? Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
Alright. What's this about the lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Wait, you're asking a police officer to find the jacket you stole and then lost?
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Where do you lost it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Okay.
I'm all ears, Tequila. You too,
Let's move.
Drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just
What
silence.
did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt,
Who are the
first
people
laid,
moving across
is
the
grey.
road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of
What
silverware.
about the bush top?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away.
A dead dog?
At the turn. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle
That's
hurrying
enough.
to work. The cold washes over you. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Okay. There's people. Ah, box. Money. Ooh. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Nice. What is this?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Ah. Visual calculus. +1.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching
Even
from
more
one
bullet
corner
holes.
to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Heroic 15.
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least. Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded.
Firing
It's quiet.
squad.
No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles prime. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. The sun blazes high up in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Okay.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries.
Or maybe...
You mentioned coalition forces.
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders.
Goodbye.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
No longer operation. Any bottles? Fallen people. Logic perception. Nice. People. It is inaccessible. Or is it? I guess it is.
A row of ghostly shades facing the crumbling wall. With another 7 shades, a cold sea.
Let's move on. Can we fast travel now? Come on. What? Okay. I guess not. Ah, these are the archaeology guys. Bayou pops in over there.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Gary.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thy
That's
own
my crew.
visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Clean as a whistle, officer of the law.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said yellow man.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and
gotcha.
I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
How much do I find someone, Kim?
Using a standard form, officer. It's 50 real. You're getting off easy. In return, we expect information. You have questions to answer, sir.
What did you do, Gary?
Gary.
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping
How did you
out
get
the law.
into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the Whirling in rags, into the trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
What happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
Ah. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? What was that strange sound?
What sound?
That clicking at the chair when you moved.
Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Ah, it's the armor.
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Come on, spill the beans.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Alright, move on.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection?
Composure.
Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Mr. Clare must be very angry with you.
Mr. Everard? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Oh no.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Try not to shit yourself, Gary. But he doesn't like you.
I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night. About some theories. Stupid. Shouldn't have run my mouth loud like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
Are you a cryptozoologist?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids.
Do you
This
have a
could lead
favorite?
to a good...
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning rhino?
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
How do they burn?
They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
Alright.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
I want to be just like that running through the night with guns blazing.
We don't really do that around here.
Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revacol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once. A long time ago. The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
Also,
during the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly.
Okay.
Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway.
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
I need composure. Composure.
Always a pleasure to... I mean, officers.
Hi.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to...
Ah, he has the armor.
Underneath.
Something warm underneath it.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehoods, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale.
Gary.
I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Give me the armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
Alright.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly.
Did you know who the hangman? Do you know who killed that?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
Good.
This is all he knows.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
We are down here.
Yes, absolutely. I
Level
will
up.
never
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Do you know anything about the man?
I told you everything.
'Tis true, sire. This
Pain threshold, volition, empathy. -1 empathy. There's a volition gives morale. Alright. That's right. Yeah, it's mine now. Yeah. Nice. College station's Lazaret. Okay, this is the zoologist.
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Hello.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding
must be
of a
Morel.
scientist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your
Lena
appearance.
sent me.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock.
We told the story.
The labyrinth of streets underneath it
That
makes
was
it
me.
difficult to pass.
Käsi
Not
ylös
like
virheen
walking
merkiksi.
over a
It was
nice
me.
water lock.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage. There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, see, I jumped over the canal.
Why?
It was an experiment to gauge the Kubri's for this aerial performance.
Scientist.
Science.
Yes, okay.
It
but
was
you
for
said
science.
the water lock is fixed now, so we can go back.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also
Tell me about
used
this
to delicate,
phasmid.
precise work.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
I need perception.
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost.
So you're a ghost hunter.
No, that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists, looking for an extant species
How
of
big is this?
phasmid. I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoology's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Continue.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
No one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
She designed them?
Yes.
How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Good. What if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully...
Yes. What?
Can I spot it? Is there perception? Perceptions. -1. Vaatteista ei varmaan tuu perceptionia kyllä. Can I find it? Alright, I guess it's a time for us to end. money.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow
Tomorrow
of
is
peeled
just a
letters
whisper away.
remains. It says,
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Who are you?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hypertext.
Yes, hypertext. Young carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
What was that about the windows?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language
You like
is
someone
named
who
after
has money.
its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
How do these tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did
Buckle
a
up.
little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje.
Humpty Dumpty
It
Dum
raised the
Center.
same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Sure did.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
What are you talking about?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why
Is he making
Paul
this up?
Ockerman chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the
Thought
market for
game.
an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Felt playback experiment.
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience.
What is revolutionary?
But who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year '02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
All right.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
You're saying Feld Electrician built this boardwalk.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Pleasure wheel?
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Tape computers, right?
Tape computers. But of course, what else?
Great.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime.
Can you make out what's inside?
They must have been like this for 40 years.
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
You can still shoot, though.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders.
But he said that the corpse. What? There is Hey, can I climb the ladder? I don't think so.
You see a slogan.
Cannot go in. Okay, I guess this is a good place to end. Let's save. Save and end. Yep. That's it for today.